vacation houses, and I got sidetracked. Sorry about that. Something in my eye. Okay. So, hi everybody. Day after Christmas, and now moving on towards New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. And there were some events that happened up here. Not like right near me, probably like 30 minutes, but still close. And then there was a fatal car crash that took the life of a 15-year-old who turned 16 on Thursday and a 17-year-old. Terrible. So, let's talk about this. There's a shooting, I'm going to go over that occurred, and it was between neighbors. You see that show, is it Deadliest Neighbor or Love Thy Neighbor, whatever it is. My daughter watches it all the time when she's up. Today she was watching Roommates. We also watched the movie Carry On today. That was ridiculous. Let me get this about this shooting. All right. So let's see what we have here, because they just found that there was like a little bit of a manhunt. There was a possible shooting in Wboro. Police have the road shut down. It was on Yankee Lake near Sunset Point, and they found the suspect. Okay. Here's a picture of the scene. Come on, get over there. Get over there. What is this? Okay. One person fatally shot at 10 Sunset Point in Wboro, Yankee Lake, happened Thursday morning, according to the New York State Police. Troopers say the personnel from the Sullivan County Sheriff and troopers were there on the scene investigating during the afternoon, with the state police forensics teams remaining later in the day. One source familiar with the situation said the individual who shot the victim may also be dead. State police released no other information Thursday evening. But then, let me go over here. And talk about this. Let's see this. So someone said how scary it is, isolated incident. Now, I just saw someone that was arrested, and I believe that I thought that they found the person. So let me see. Let's see if they found the person, because it was in one of our county news groups. So let me see. I swear that it, but they said it was that guy because he was on the loose. And let's see over here. Saw him. Okay, here we are. Here's the guy. 12:20. No, this is not. So the guy, I guess, still has not been found. Wow, okay. Either that or he's taken his own life somewhere. Let me just see if there's anything in here about it. 6 comments on this post. Neighbor dispute, someone fatally shot. So I guess, yeah, they don't, is yet. Oh, that's interesting. All right, let's see. Yankee Lake Road. A quiet lakefront road in Mamakating has turned into a sea of police lights on the day after Christmas, when state police say someone in the neighborhood was fatally shot. A neighbor who asked not to be identified said she heard frightening sounds from someone upset in a house nearby shortly before authorities arrived. I heard screams. The one who was screaming was saying, "My life is over." Later, they saw a man surrounded by police and being consoled by several other people. State police say the victim was found with multiple gunshot wounds and is dead following a suspicious incident. Police blocked the road to traffic near Sunset Point, and they turned motorists away for hours during the investigation. Neighbors say the law enforcement activity is worrisome. Charlie Burke said, "You think you're safe up here? I left Brooklyn for this?" State police say the incident does not pose a danger to the public. So it sounds like it's something where they knew each other and it was an ongoing dispute. Let's see if we have any other. There's another article in a county page. And as of yet, it doesn't look like they found him. And is one source familiar with the situation said the individual who shot the victim may also be dead. So we'll keep you abreast of that and what, turned deadly there. That's strange. You can see the area. It's not an area that something like this normally happens. And then we're going to shift gears. Go to another altercation that ended really badly, very badly. And this one happened in Missouri, and it happens with a father killing his son over in an argument about his wife's alleged infidelity. And I just had that picture and I just don't know where it just disappeared to. Should be right here. Oh, it's not. Okay. Go back in and get this one. Try this again. Oh my gosh, it keeps... What does it keep doing that for? Gotta love it. Here we go. So this is in Missouri. And it's a father who guns down his son fatally. So a Missouri man has been charged with killing his son after he and the son's fiancée got into an argument on Christmas Eve. Jefferson County Sheriff's Office say that Harold Lester, 61 years old, retrieved a firearm from his home and threatened the fiancée before the shooting, which he shot 26-year-old Kevin Ward in the head, his son. Lester's been charged with murder and armed criminal action. Deputies were called to the scene just before 9 p.m. and they found Ward dead from a gunshot wound. The fiancé told police that Lester was upset with her because he believed his wife was having an affair and that she, the fiancé, was withholding information about it from him. "Do you want to get shot?" he asked her as he retrieved his gun. And that's according to the probable cause statement. Ward told his fiancée to run, call 911 if anything happened. As she left, she said she heard Ward say, "You're not going to shoot her." And then Lester replied, "You want to get shot instead?" Moments later, Lester fired and Ward collapsed dead. Police say that a neighbor's surveillance camera captured the shooting and the video showed Lester raise his arm followed by a muzzle flash. The victim falls to the ground. Wow, unbelievable. Now, I'm not sure why they have different last names, but let's see if we can dive in a little deeper on this. Okay, so he was charged with murder, a Class A felony punishable by 10 to 30 years or life in prison, an armed criminal action, an unclassified felony that carries a penalty of 3 to 15 years in prison. He's being held without bond in the Jefferson County Jail in Hillsboro. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office got a call about the shooting at around 8:55 p.m. in the 6400 block of Highway PP in High Ridge, where Lester lived. The victim's fiancé reported Lester became upset with her because he was thinking that his wife was cheating on him and that the fiancé was holding back information. Lester asked her, "Do you want to get shot?" as he retrieved something from inside the residence. Ward instructed his fiancée to get him a knife and then run and call 911 if something happened. So she ran to the side of an outbuilding and she heard Ward say, "You're not going to shoot her." And then Lester said, "You want to get shot instead?" The fiancé said Lester fired the gun and Ward fell to the ground. Crazy, isn't it? So that's, again, murder solving problems? No. Murder just gives you more problems. Murder's not going to solve your problems. Okay, now let's talk about this. Okay, an appellate judge on Thursday overturned the conviction of an Ohio woman who was charged with killing her mother in 2020. Sydney Powell, who pled not guilty by reason of insanity, appealed her conviction and the Ninth District Court of Appeals agreed that the trial court erred when it denied her attorneys a motion for rebuttal testimony. Powell was convicted in September of 2023 of killing her mother, 50-year-old Brenda Powell, and sentenced her to life in prison with parole after 15 years. Prosecutors say that Sidney Powell had not told her mother she was kicked out of Mount Union University several months earlier. You remember this one? We covered this case when she hit her mother with a frying pan. Remember this one? Her mother was on the phone with the school officials when her daughter killed her, hitting her with a frying pan and stabbing her nearly 30 times. Experts for the defense argued that Sidney Powell, who was 19 years old at the time, was suffering from a psychotic break when she killed her mother. 3 experts found she was schizophrenic and could not discern right from wrong. But an expert for the prosecution agreed that Sidney Powell had a mental health issue, including a borderline personality disorder. Oh boy, we're going to talk about borderline personality disorder pretty soon in a special video. But asserted she was not insane when she committed the crime, and that was the testimony the defense was not allowed to rebut. The trial court denied Ms. Powell's motion based solely on the conclusion that there has been lots and lots and lots of expert testimony in this matter. Judge Jennifer Hensel wrote in the decision, the Beacon Journal said, under these circumstances, however, Ms. Powell had an unconditional right to present rebuttal testimony. Powell's attorney, Dan Malarsic, said the ruling left Powell's family ecstatic and hopeful. People like Sidney who suffer from serious mental disease do not belong in prison, the lawyer wrote. I'm looking forward to working with our newly elected prosecutor to ensure Brenda's death is no longer used for political purposes. The prosecutor's office said it was considering its next steps. Okay, hang on one second. Okay. So there was a baby found on a Colorado street Christmas morning. His parents have been arrested. Oh my goodness, what is going on over here? A 1 month old baby boy wearing only a diaper was found alone on a Colorado street on Christmas Day. His parents are now behind bars. A passerby saw the baby alone in his car seat around 9:20 a.m. Wednesday, and they stopped to help. The Adams County Sheriff's Office said in a post on Facebook, Denver recorded a high of 50 degrees on Wednesday and a low of 34 degrees. Sergeant Adam Sherman with the Adams County Sheriff's Office said on Thursday that it's unclear how long the baby was there, but from what investigators could gather, it was a relatively short time of just a few minutes. But that's a few minutes too long for any child to be left alone in that situation. After the baby was found, he was taken to a local children's hospital as a precaution. While detectives canvassed the area, they looked into camera footage and tried to figure out who left the baby there. Authorities also shared images of the car seat on social media and requested the public to help them identify the infant and his family so that he can be reunited with his loved ones and the person who abandoned him can be brought to justice. The biological parents of the infant were later identified, arrested, and charged with felony child abuse the same day. They were identified as Jarvis Sims and Christina Thurman, 33, Jarvis, 42, The two had a court hearing Thursday morning and were still in custody of the sheriff's office. No attorney was listed for them in online court records on Thursday. The baby is in good health. Let's see, adding that he was cleared to be placed with CPS last night. Thanks to our community who sprang into action, spread the word, and assisted with sharing the information about this incident, said the sheriff's office. So, wow, yeah, how crazy, huh? 1 month old. Just in a diaper. Unbelievable, right? You can't even dress the baby. Could have dropped the baby off at a safe haven, something, right? No. Just put it on the side of a road, Colorado. Yeah, great. Okay. Now we have something else on that. Listen to this. The infant that was abandoned in the median tested positive for cocaine, according to the affidavit. The 1-month-old baby found abandoned in a car seat in the median of an Adams County road tested positive for cocaine. Jarvis Sims, 42, and 33-year-old Christina Thurman have both been arrested on suspicion of felony child abuse, according to the Adams County Sheriff's Office. A woman found their baby at 8:20 a.m. on Christmas in the 7400 block of Pecos Street. She told police she saw the couple arguing, and then she saw the man walk towards the median where he set down a car seat and walked away. She went to retrieve the car seat and realized a child wearing only a diaper was inside. She said she yelled at the man to come back and get the child, and he responded by yelling, "That's her kid! Give it to her!" An apparent reference to the woman he had been arguing with. The woman went to a nearby gas station and called her sister because she didn't know what to do. Her sister told her to call the police, but the woman refused because she was wanted on warrants. Her sister called 911 and drove to the scene, where she took care of the child until deputies arrived. The baby was taken to the hospital for evaluation. Doctors told deputies the baby was healthy, but said that a urine test had a presumptive positive for cocaine. The baby was transferred to the custody of Human Services. Investigators reviewed security video from the Conoco, which corroborated the woman's story that a man placed the seat in the median. A deputy met with Thurman. She said she arrived home at 4:30 a.m. and began arguing with Sims about her intoxication level. She asked him to call her mom to pick her up to resolve the issues, and then she began walking southbound on Pecos Street. Thurman said she was near the Highway 36 overpass when she saw Sims walking towards her with the baby in his car seat. She said she saw Sims place the child in the median. She said it appeared that Sims walked back to the infant, but she said to avoid additional conflict, kept walking and was picked up by her stepfather. She told investigators she assumed that Sims had picked the baby up. She told investigators she had been unable to reach Sims and could not return to her apartment because she was locked out. Deputies went to Sims' apartment, and when he answered the door, he told deputies he and Thurman had been arguing and that she wanted to go to her mom's house. He said she began walking on Pecos Street, and he went inside to get the baby to give to her. He said he yelled at her to come get the baby, but she refused. He admitted, according to the affidavit, that he left the baby on the sidewalk because he had to work in the morning. He said he did not see her walk over to the baby or pick him up at any time. Despite that, he went home and slept until law enforcement knocked on his door. Both appeared in court on Thursday morning. Investigators served warrants in the area 1 day after they say parents left their 1-month-old baby alone. I turned the car seat around and there's a baby, and no one knew who he belonged to, said Steve Mendiola, a medic with the Adams County Fire. Wow, this is crazy, isn't it? Mendiola said when he arrived, the infant was calm and sitting in the car seat wearing only a diaper. Blankets helped keep the child warm until they arrived. The call on Christmas morning came as a shock. The idea that someone would leave their child in the street and walk away, especially a 1-month-old, no supervision, no clothing, nothing to eat. I think that's just the kind I think that's just kind of what pulled at heartstrings a little bit. A deputy executive director of community partnerships with the Colorado Department of Human Services, Mina Castillo, said the cases they're called to can be tough. There's a lot of heartbreaking information that we receive into the hotline, and it's so important that we are notified of those concerns, Castillo said. In this case, DHS took legal custody of the baby when they arrived at the hospital. Castillo said they work to keep kids in the home when it's safe for a child to do so. If a parent or child is able to keep that child safely in their home, perhaps it is the case where one parent will move out and stay with another relative so the child can be safe in the home while the other parent or caregiver. We can also move that child to a relative's home if that's a better and safer option. Okay, if you see something or believe a child may be abused or neglected, Castillo said it's important to call. DHS may need to intervene. Okay, so that's horrible there. At least the baby was alive. Okay, let's go over here. Okay, here's another dispute, this time at an airport on Christmas Day. So a Christmas evening shooting at Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport left 3 people with gunshot wounds, including 1 victim with life-threatening injuries, and 1 person with a stab wound. Phoenix police are investigating the shooting. Now, this took place at a restaurant in Terminal 4, outside of security checkpoints. The shooting victims were a woman, that's the one that suffered life-threatening injuries, and 2 men who were in stable condition. A man and a juvenile were detained. The man was suffering from a stab wound. All 5 victims know each other. I do believe this was a family dispute, said Phoenix Police Sergeant Mayra Reason. So it's looking like that's all there is on that right now. Okay. Let's go back here. And here's a Texas woman. Unbelievable. Okay, so this woman right here is charged with murder after police say she fatally shot her husband in his truck. Hold on 1 second. I have to make this something larger here for me. Okay. Lit his truck on fire and fled the scene in a kayak. The Bexar County, Texas officials found the body of Thomas Calavero Jr. in a closet during a welfare check. Okay, wait a second. Oh no, she shot her husband. He wasn't in his truck. I apologize for that. She shot her husband, obviously, in a closet. She lit his truck on fire, and she tried to flee in a kayak. Okay. They found the husband in a closet during a welfare check. That same day, deputies in Calhoun County responded to a report of a burning vehicle. A witness reportedly told police that a woman, whom authorities later identified as Faith Paige Gaines, was arrested. Was allegedly seen walking away from the burning truck. She gets arrested later, I'm sorry. And they found her paddling a kayak near the burning truck. She had severe burns and was in possession of Calavero's ID. Police reportedly determined that the burning vehicle had belonged to the victim. Gaines allegedly confessed to police that she had shot Calavera before burning his truck. Gaines is Calavera's common-law wife. Gaines is charged with murder and arson, causing serious bodily injury or death in the death of her husband. It was not immediately clear if she has retained an attorney or entered a plea. The initial welfare check that led to the discovery of Calavera's body was at the behest of the Calhoun County officials. Calavera's father went to his son's home to locate him, but was unsuccessful. Calavera's body was discovered once the Bexar County deputies searched the home. Okay. We have this guy, a Pennsylvania man, is accused of brutally attacking a pregnant woman, striking her in the stomach, and pushing her into the toilet. That caused the woman to go into labor. The woman was attacked in a Somerset, PA home. Now, the Somerset County District Attorney's Office put out a statement on Tuesday, December 24th, said the incident took place on December 19th. Andrew Ashurst faces multiple assault charges per the DA's statement. The attack stemmed from a verbal altercation, and Ashurst, you cannot make this stuff up. You remember the name we had last night? Now this is literally Ashurst. This is crazy. He allegedly pushed the pregnant victim into the toilet, causing her to strike her head, and then he struck her in the appendix area, pulled her around the house by her hair, and slapped her and struck her in the face with a cell phone. When the woman went into labor mid-attack, authorities allege Ashurst refused to let her call police. Responding officers found her with several bruises on her back, arms, eye, cheek, and forehead. It wasn't immediately clear how the victim and the suspect might know each other. District Attorney Molly Metzger said the allegations are unfathomable. As a mother, I understand the vulnerability of a woman and her unborn child, and I am appalled that anyone would jeopardize the lives of these two people. Ashurst has been charged with aggravated assault of an unborn child, aggravated assault, false imprisonment, unlawful restraint, simple assault, and harassment charges. Well, what happened to the mother and the baby? I hope they're okay. Okay. Police are looking for Julio Cesar Valdez in connection with the murder of Alicia Montano and her son Raul Huerta. Police in California are looking for a man they suspect killed a mother and her teenage son. The 43-year-old mother and the 19-year-old son were found murdered in their Stockton, California home on Monday, December 23rd. The Stockton Police Department did not name the victims, but they were identified in a GoFundMe, which cited the San Joaquin County Medical Examiner's Office and family members respectfully. Police named 38-year-old Julio Cesar Valdez as a suspect, but have been unable to locate him and consider him a fugitive. A relative said that Valdez was Montano's boyfriend, and authorities believe the murder was domestic in nature. A relative identified him as the boyfriend. Okay, let's put a picture of him over there, so in case anybody... Marissa Vigil, Alicia's daughter, said that she had not heard from her mother all day on Monday and grew concerned. Marissa said she dropped by her mother's residence to check on her and her brother, only to find their bodies inside. She then called 911. Inside the house, officers found lacerations on the brother's body as well as a weapon. In a GoFundMe set up by family members, the mother and son are being remembered for bringing joy to all around them. They shared a family with an unbreakable bond. At a memorial event on Christmas Eve, Vigil pleaded for the community to help find the suspect. I just want you to keep them remembered. Don't forget about it, please. Tipsters could be eligible for cash rewards in exchange for information that assists the apprehension of Valdez. The public is urged to call Stockton Crime Stoppers 209-946-0600 or submit a tip online at stocktoncrimestoppers.org. Oh, hi, Tammy Flo. Hi, Maureen Gunn. How are you? Hi, 61. How's everybody doing? Hi, Ruth Ann. So sorry. I've been not looking at the chat. I've been... Hi, Phyllis Touchstone. Debbie D. Yeah, Tammy Flo, the holidays are volatile for some families. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what else we have. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. You're 65, mom and grandma, about to be a great grandma. Been helping to raise kids since you were 14. Bring those babies to you, right, Ruth Ann? Leave them in the median on a highway with just a diaper. That's crazy. Oh. Okay, you're 65, Mom. All right, let me go over here now. Shift gears a little bit. Trying to see what else is going on here, if there's some other kind of let me see. Candace Cameron, no. Okay, what is this about? Let's just take a look at this. Madonna. This is allegedly Madonna. Right there. Doesn't even look like her. Madonna is doubling up on those holiday festivities with her children by her side. 4 of her children are by the 66-year-old's side for Instagram, as she posted some with her boyfriend and 4 of her kids. Lourdes Leon, 28, obviously here, and then Chifundo Mercy James, 18, and 12-year-old twins Stella and Esteri. To celebrate both Christmas and the first day of Hanukkah, the 7-time Grammy winner shared a slideshow clip of family photos and behind-the-scenes looks at the decor set to Andy Williams' "It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year." Oh my goodness. Okay. I love you. What? I love you. Luke. Okay, let's see here. Andy Williams Guardians. Well, we already heard about that. Hold on a minute. Sorry, I had to get an orange. Okay, I got my orange now. I'm gonna peel it here. But so yeah, that's something. Madonna, huh? She's had a lot of work done, huh? 66. 66. Wow. 66. I don't see her boyfriend. Who's her boyfriend? Does she have a younger boy toy? Okay, hang on. I'm gonna change. I was gonna change the channel. I'm gonna change the picture. I'm just peeling my orange. Okay. So I was thirsty, and then I thought, well, let me have a juicy orange. Okay, let's go to some other stuff. This is something. Listen to this one. New Hampshire. Where's our New Hampshire people? Press release from the New Hampshire Division of Fire Safety says that multiple people deceased from suspected carbon monoxide poisoning. New Hampshire State Fire Marshal Sean Toomey from the Wakefield Fire Rescue and Wakefield Fire Rescue Chief Todd Nasson and Wakefield Police Chief Michael Fenton announced a joint investigation into the deaths of 4 people suspected to be the result of carbon monoxide poisoning. At 4:21 p.m. today, Wednesday, December 25th, the Wakefield Police Department responded to 2962 Province Lake Road in Wakefield for a welfare check. When the officers arrived, they found multiple people deceased. Investigators from the New Hampshire State Fire Marshal's Office were requested to respond to the scene to assist. The names of the 4 victims, all adults, are being withheld, pending next of kin notification. While the investigation remains active and ongoing, at this time, investigators believe the victims died as a result of carbon monoxide poisoning. Autopsies are scheduled to be performed by the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner on Thursday, December 26th, to confirm the cause and manner of death for each of the victims. Anyone with information that may assist the investigation is encouraged to contact the New Hampshire State Fire Marshal's Office at 603-223-4289. State Fire Marshal Toomey would like to remind everyone of the importance of having working carbon monoxide alarms in their homes. In the event of an alarm activation, residents should immediately exit their homes. Call 911. Okay, let's see now. We got modern. Wow, that Leon Rhymes. That is a name I haven't heard, and I guess the pioneer woman is now a grandmother. Interesting. Shania Twain ditches glam makeup for barely there look and a messy bun. Okay. All right, let's go to what this is. Former high school coach accused of forcing students to do 400 push-ups with no break. Great. A dog gets, oh wow, look at this. This is a feel-good story. A dog gets a private canoe ride after falling through a lake. With some teamwork and a few treats to win the dog's trust, firefighters Jost and Chazen were able to leash the pup and bring him safely back to shore. New Jersey firefighters had to get creative for their latest rescue. The Franklin Lake, so I lived very close to Franklin Lakes growing up, Volunteer fire department responded to a dog needing a rescue on December 22nd. The dog had fallen through the ice over Shadow Lake and was struggling to escape the frigid water. The pet managed to swim to a nearby island where he became stranded. Franklin Lakes Volunteer Fire Department added on social media that the assistant Chief Piccoli arrived on scene minutes after the call about the dog came in. Shortly afterward, rescue crews arrived dressed in ice gear and prepared to fetch the dog. The assembled team of dog rescuers also commandeered a nearby homeowner's canoe, the post from the fire department shared. Oh, they went in there, you see, like this. Hold on. Right like that. Got him in the canoe. Here we go. Oh, that's not showing. Let's see. My dog's having a dream right now. Jasper, you're okay, sweetie. You're dreaming. The dog's over here. See him? He got stranded over there. Or at least he got out of the water, right? They got him in the canoe and they got him home. This was on Instagram. They say that using the homeowner's canoe, they found the dog at the water's edge. They navigated their way to the dog while awaiting utility 344's arrival with our rapid deployment craft and extra manpower. With some teamwork and a few treats. A big thank you to the Franklin Lakes Police Department and the Franklin Lakes Volunteer Ambulance Corps for being on site and providing rehab for our crews. Another successful rescue. Okay. All right, guys. So I think maybe we'll leave it there for tonight. I am exhausted and I have to go to sleep. I'm so tired. I'm so sorry. It's been just been nuts. I've been tired today. I watched movies with my daughter and Jimmy for a good part of the day. Then I took her back so she could go back to the city. And so that we did that. And then they got home and I was still kind of like wiped out. It's been a whirlwind of a couple of days, right? But I love you guys. God bless. Prayers. And we'll see you tomorrow. Everybody be good. Take care. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.